So I decided I'm just going to do a whole playthrough of Sekiro. I've gone ahead and skipped the tutorial here, so I could start out in the Outskirts. But a couple of you out there that I was thinking maybe some tips or examples on how to use some abilities early on might be nice. But I figure I'll just keep going after that because I like this game. So I think... pardon. The fellas I'm thinking of probably already gotten through this area, so I'm not going to do too much here. I'm just going to pick up some resources. For the most part. Now, something I didn't make use of very much in my first playthrough was was the charge attack. It's actually pretty good. It's a way to sneak in a little extra damage on your first hit, like it's gonna smack someone. So you can use that and break guard and stuff pretty well. I just didn't use it because I thought it was too easy to get caught by it, or caught with using it. But it's okay. It does, I think, 1.5 damage too, so it is worth doing if you can pull one off. It's just a little free extra damage. I'm not hitting... I think I did, actually. I was going to say, I might not hit all the Sculptor's Idols, but I mostly just want to get some specific things. Then... Alright. I am going to kill probably all, if not most, of the mini-bosses as I go. Partly because they give people a lot of trouble. They gave me a lot of trouble at first. They still do sometimes. Jerks. But you can usually get in a stealth death blow, or something, at least, to weaken them. Later on in the game, you can get guys to help you out, so that's a thing. A lot of times, you can get around stuff just by walking. Big telegraph swings. Boink. So they might be particularly scary. Ooh. So you may notice a lot of times I'll just hit him to block and then use his counterattack to counterattack him. Kind of sounds weird. He's not a good example, but I'll try and point that out a little bit. For several of the main bosses, you really need to know this strategy to break a guard. Like, it's not just hit him a few times and whittle him down. You can do. Slow. It's a lot easier and faster if you actually just get straight in there. Big block, retaliate. Oh, that hurt. Forgot. Mid-air deflection is a skill you can get later, and I do not have it. I'm stuck. Up there. One strong attack's all you need. I thought there was money laying around here somewhere. Nope. Wrong house. Some free money under here. Just gotta avoid the crows out, or the roosters outside. Crows are in Bloodborne. They're very similar. Yes, it's me, Inosuke. Yes, the bell, thank you. I'll be using that for part 2. Gonna go do Hirata Estate, and that could take a little bit longer than the Outskirts, I bet. I think if there's anything major I've missed. Oh, here's something you probably missed. Where is it at? Is it over there? There it is. It's just an area you can run and jump to over here. It's not really important, but it is kind of neat. Just got some stuff. I don't die. I died. Should have just jumped. Yeah. Cutscene. Yes, thank you very much. Anyway, there's some stuff over here. A few items, expendables. The possession balloons up the drop rate of other items for a while. It's nice. This nice giant snake skin there. Wonder what that goes to. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Boink. A lot of times you can just jump over stuff it wants you to wall hug. That being said, wall hug is actually good, particularly in stealth, trying to assassinate people. You can get a lot of stealth death blows just by hugging walls. It makes you really hard to detect. Now, it's probably a little premature, but I'm going to go back to the temple and load up on some new stuff. Get my shuriken on there. Maybe upgrade my gourd. I think I got a gourd seed from that first mini boss. 2 gourds is a lot better than 1. Yes, magic. Yes, the bell. This is actually a spot you can eavesdrop on them from. If they're in the same room, they could be talking, and you can eavesdrop on them from back there. I don't think late game there's some stuff you can do with that. Yes. Cool. More stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and run back through, I think. Charge up my extra resurrection and get a few resources, who knows. I was actually trying to get to, there's a merchant up here that's a little out of the way, and I totally missed the beginning of the game. I found it later on, but it would have been nice to know you can just grab it now. Love those big dumb jumps. Where is she? Is it over there? I think it's over there. If you go back around and spiral up, at the top of this, there's this memorial mob.
さよう、見た。
That's enough. Robert's firecrackers. It's another shinobi tool.
その人具、この後奴らいかに賢くとひどいことはせ。
Wonder what happens if you do that. But the firecrackers are a sad item because little Robert and his father, oh, they're sad. Or something. Robert's dad is Giant Dad, which is a meme from Dark Souls. Meme build where you wear the mask of the father and giant's armor. You're very hard to kill. People used it in PvP all the time because you could get it, well, for the level required to obtain the stuff was relatively low. So you could get into matchmaking with lower level characters and really scrub them. I don't know if you gals are using the sugars, but the sugars can make your life a lot easier. The stealth sugar makes you basically invisible. You're very hard to see. Spearmen, like that guy, usually go down in just a combo. Spearmen and gunmen are actually a little bit weak on the block. Swordsmen will parry and joust with you for a bit, but... And then just go ham. Yeah, I know. So some bosses are probably better to fight unlocked. I usually do play locked, but certain times really just doesn't matter. Honestly, so the game is geared around everyone having really good tracking and just kind of following you as you're locked onto them. Ah! So if you don't, sometimes it looks a little weird, but it also makes them look really stupid. Like me. That figures. I just jumped down the hole. That's funny. You've probably noticed, but if you fall down a hole to your death, you can't use resurrection. Doesn't count. So that's neat. The question is, did I? Ah, good, I did. Experience, but whatever. I have another sugar. So I'm using the sugar to get the stealth kill on the stealth death blow. It's not really a kill, I guess. Nor is it really a death blow. Using it to take off the first health bar easier. You can also do it just by running up to him, getting him to aggro, and then running away and letting him reset. Then you can pretty easily walk around behind him and just backstab him there. But, as you see, the sugar on it's really not hard anyway. What are you gonna do, guy? What are you gonna do? When he gets stunned. And a lot of enemies have stun breakpoints like that, where if you hit them enough times, then they'll just wobble for a bit and let you wail on them. But I think it has to do with total damage. It might have to do more with how much time you have for damage in a certain time frame. Uh-oh. Maybe it's both. Here. Wasted it. Probably could have got him. Boink. Shinobi medicine, it's very nice. It'll make you heal more per gourd, I think. Anyway, healing items, it says. So it's good to have. Nightjar Monocular is actually just an object you use to look at stuff. Oink. Can zoom in, zoom out. Very cool, huh? There's areas out here. Oh, another gourd seed. That's nice. I think I might try and kill these guys off before I go back and get my gourd refilled. That guy coming? There's a ceramic shard technique. If you're wall hugging, pop them over there. And a lot of times, they'll just walk up to you and let you assassinate them. Not always, but definitely happens. Oops. Can I still reach him? Not that these guys are particularly hard to kill. I just get a lot of satisfaction out of using these extra mechanics they put in. Yoink! Just because you can. Sneaking around. Da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah, da. They haven't seen me yet. They're alerted, but they haven't seen me. Maybe if I hang over here. Nobody here, bro. Nobody here. Oops. That should not have worked. Uh-oh. Who's this? It's a big bad one. No! Well, just like I said I would do with the ogre, but didn't. I didn't want him to see me, so I just ran away. You can go ahead and engage him if you want. I don't remember this guy specifically. I think he's just another big sword guy, so the usual tricks will work on him. Yeah, just a big sword guy. Or Dutch. Something. I always go to parry those, but I really ought to punish him by going around. Ooh! The thrust. I don't have Mikiri yet. Uh-oh. That was funny. His attack knocked me down on the ground and made his next attack miss because I was too low. Oh, fuck, fuck, fuck. Get out of here. Out. I use the pause menu to use items all the time. For no reason. Really, I should get a couple deflects on him and I think I'll be good to go. Ah, there we go. You may have noticed that I tend to just try and stay up in the swordsman's faces. That's probably the best way to do most of them. You just have to maintain your block. And then you'll notice the times when I put my block down at all, I just get stomped on for a minute. It's very frustrating. Oh, okay. So here's the, it's a nice little shrine over here. down. Yep. Haha. Let's see. This is a way around and unlocks the little door shortcut. That doesn't really do much. It's also a way to an alternate area where you can make the game harder on yourself for extra items, which is fine. I just did a whole run with it on, and it makes it slower in a lot of ways. You do get your items faster, which is nice for the first playthrough, but on subsequent playthroughs you don't really need any more items, so it just makes it a little bit harder. But when I say a little bit harder, can't tell. I think the enemies might be a little more aggressive, but for the most part it just seems like everything has more health and does more damage. You know, which does make the game a little less forgiving. Generally, it just kind of prolongs things for me. Was doing a run with both hardships on, which is an addition. There's an additional one that makes blocking not protect you from damage. Chips through. You like a block will reduce the damage by half or something. And I was doing those and just got kind of bored. Definitely took me a couple more tries on some stuff, but alright. Anyway, and that's a shortcut back to where we fought the ogre. Hooray! Oh, look at that. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I think that's probably all the major stuff here in the outskirts that are interesting to look at. Maybe. I guess I could fight that headless, but he would kill me. He would kill me for sure. Yeah, I think I'll... I'd either just call it there or go show you the Bell Demon. No, Bell Demon's down, you know, mess with that. Alright, I'm just gonna jump down here. And here we have our next checkpoint. And yeah, that covers the basic outskirts. Really, there's a little bit more, the castle gate, but I would consider that more part of the castle. So I'm going to do that in a different video after I go and do Hirata in the next video. I think Hirata is the one I should do first. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope it was fun to watch, or informative, or both.